Thank you so much for having me. I am thrilled. This is only my second time in Madrid and my first time here since 4 years ago. And I heard that I was supposed to be here yesterday. But I had my plane flights for like 6 months, so I figured I was coming today. One of the things that I always do is that I make sure it's very easy to download all the stuff I'm going to talk about. So if you want to get my presentation, it's right here, bit.ly/Moz Social SEO 2012. You can download all the slides, and this is available for both to download and to view on the web. So I want to talk about this combination, this strange world that we're in, where social media and search are becoming one thing. And this is because of two things. It's because there's direct applications of social right in the search results, and because there's indirect ways that social media is influencing SEO. Am I speaking too quickly, everyone? Can you understand me? Okay. Your English is fantastic. My Espanol, not so much. So, first off, you've seen this, right? This is crazy. Look at this. What on this page is coming from SEO? Nothing. This is all from social media. This is all Google Plus, completely dominating what we see on the page. And this type of result is something that Google wants to get more of. They think we like it more. And they're going to try and introduce this not just for people who are logged into Google Plus and who use Google Plus in their network, but for everyone. And they're not just using Google Plus either. These 90 million Google Plus users are not all people who have accounts on Google Plus necessarily. They can also be people who have a Gmail account, right? Anyone who's logged into their Google Documents account, anyone who's using Google Calendar, anyone who's used Google services of any kind fits in here. And they're making these results appear. Take a look at these suggested users, right? This appears right on the top right there. And what do you have to do to get it? Right? This is not something you pay for. I have to pay no money to appear here. It's free. It's like SEO, only it's not. It's something new. It's something different. It's like social SEO. That's what gets me one of these listings. And these are showing up for all sorts of things. Now, what happens? What happens if someone comes here and does a search for SEO and they see this, right? And then they go. I'm gonna have to get a chair. They go right in there and they click and they add SEOmoz right to their circles. If they do that, everything my little robot shares will show up in their results, just like this and this. It's crazy. I win. What? I don't need links. I don't even need keywords anymore. All I need is my little robot. Oh, I can probably, yeah. Probably should have just used that in the first place. So these are logged out results. This is someone who is not logged into Google Plus, doesn't have a Google Plus account, opened up a brand new browser, and look, they're getting suggested users. People who Google thinks are relevant, and they're pushing down the ads. They'd rather have you connect to Google Plus than pay them money. It's crazy. One of the interesting secrets about Google Plus, it's not so secret anymore. I tweeted about it a little while ago. If you go to your Google Plus account and you share a URL on the web, something that's never been crawled before, never been seen by Google, boom, they will crawl it and index it nearly instantly, within 60 seconds to about 3-4 minutes, every time, every single time. if you have content that you would like to get in Google very fast, share it. It works. This is, right, they got rid of, years ago, right? Years ago, they were like, oh no, submit URL, that doesn't work anymore. You can't submit your site to Google. You can now. So, the interesting thing about social is that a lot of people say, well, but Google Plus is one thing, but it's a small network. It still doesn't have a lot of usage. Particularly, it doesn't have that much usage outside the United States. Can I get a show of hands? How many of you have a Google Plus account? Oh, wow. All right, so bravo. That's amazing. You guys are smart. I'm going to go to Germany next week, and they're going to be like, a couple people. I don't know. There's no Germans here, right? Shoot. Sorry. Entschuldigung. So, the interesting thing about Google Plus is that they are expanding the network. It's not just Google Plus. So I'll show you an example. First off, I wanted to test the impact of some tweeted URLs, right? So I'm looking here at a tweet that I sent, right? This is a tweet that I sent 28th of February, so a few weeks ago. And here's that exact text. So see what's happening here? Now, Google might say, hey, we don't index and count this tweet directly. But it doesn't really matter. Because look, 25 retweets, and now it's appearing in all these places. All these, in fact, 75 unique results, right? About. Those places are all linking here. Now, some of those might be no-follow links, but some of them are definitely follow links. This is essentially the web's ecosystem picking up anything that goes popular on Twitter and republishing it. Meaning that you are earning direct links when you tweet things. No wonder the impact seems like whenever we tweet things, they get ranked in Google. Facebook is doing this as well. They're doing it through Bing, because Google and Facebook are kind of not so happy together. Yeah. So, but you can see what they're doing. So these are two friends of mine in Seattle, right? And they're showing me recommendations based on what things those friends of mine have liked. This is where it gets really interesting. If you've never visited this URL right here, I highly recommend you do it. This is like Google's secret weapon in the war against Facebook. That URL right there. What it's showing you is something completely amazing that many people don't even realize. It's showing me that how Google is connecting me socially to all the people that are in my network, that share things. And it's not just Google Plus. Look at this. Tony Adam has a Google profile, which links to Tony Adam on, well, Flickr, Facebook, Quora, Visible Factors, Tony Adam, Twitter. Tony could share something on Facebook, and I would see it in my personalized Google results. Facebook influencing Google because Tony's connected it. And this is Google's goal. They want this for everybody, right? With this, they don't have to win the social war. They just have to get you to connect your account. Boom, done. So in addition to all these first order effects, there's all the second order stuff too, right? So social obviously drives tons and tons of brand awareness. So when the United States sent some Navy SEALs, right, to Pakistan to kill Osama bin Laden, and when they did, about 12 hours later, President Barack Obama got on stage in the U.S., right, and said, hey, I'm delivering this message. But 3 hours before that, 3 hours before he gave the talk, this guy, Keith Urban, tweeted, hot damn, I heard they got bin Laden. And before the president went on stage, more than 100 million Americans, about more than a third of the country, knew what President Obama was going to announce. One tweet, just one guy. He didn't even have that many followers. I have like 20 times as many followers as him. It would probably be hard for me to get a message that far and wide, but we can try later. We'll do an experiment. So, yeah, I'm sorry, 200 million people prior to that. Crazy. And that social sharing doesn't just drive clicks, it also drives queries, right? So you could see a massive spike right after this tweet in people searching that. I'm going to show you an example in a second of a very, very clever content marketing campaign from a startup in the US, in Silicon Valley. And you can see that after they launched, right when they launched, which had a huge spike in tweets and Facebook shares and all sorts of stuff, a YouTube video, this is what their spike did. Now normally, they have very little query volume at all, but all of a sudden that spikes. And queries actually can influence rankings. This is a great experiment that I urge you to check out down here from Martin McDonald, who worked at OMD in the UK, he's now at Expedia. And Martin was showing that actually by getting people to perform searches with particular keywords, it would actually change the rankings, change what Google shows you in the rankings around those terms and phrases, which is incredible. It means that if you can do branding types of things, right? I mean, think of all the ad tech that's at this show today. If you can do advertising types of things, you can actually influence where you rank, which is nuts. Social obviously yields lots of press. That press almost always includes links. Those links almost always help with SEO, which helps with rankings. And that social stuff also directly influences links. So we can see in Open Site Explorer here, the most linked to pages on most sites also have a lot of social sharing. Tweets and likes and +1s, Facebook shares. These things are connected. And so what we can deduce from all this, from this connection, this deep connection on both fronts, is that we need some sort of a unified strategy, something that we can do as marketers to influence social and have it influence search. So I came up with a bunch of boxes in a circle. So that's what I like to do. I'm going to start by creating some share-worthy content. Right? I have good content, I have interesting things. I'm going to share that socially. Maybe my network's not that big, maybe it's only a little bit today, but when I do, I get the social rankings boost. Whoever is in my network is going to be biased to see those things more. And remember, with Google+, it's extended circles, meaning that, right, if Miguel's following me, and you're following Miguel, and I share something, you'll see it. Right? Because Google Plus does one extra circle out. Then I get natural links, right? Oftentimes I'll learn natural links. If the content is good, people will see it. Those people who do are going to link to it. Those social shares that go broader are going to get URLs that link back to them that influence the search results. That's going to earn me more social followers, right? If stuff is good and it spreads around and Miguel's sharing my stuff, that's going to amplify my network reach for next time. My network just got bigger, and now there's more and more searchers biased to seeing my stuff. You see what happens if this cycle repeats itself? What if I'm doing this every few hours, right? Even just once a day. In a year or two, my network, the people that I care about who are on social, are going to be seeing my stuff. They're going to be following me and my friends. Suddenly, my SEO and my social are intricately tied, and I can win the internet. I always wanted to do that. It's been my lifelong goal. I know you're thinking, I'm a little skeptical. I'll show you a real example. Let's play a video.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler can use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades?
TikTok.
Your handsome-ass grandfather had one blade and polio. Looking good, Papa. Stop paying for shave tank you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
You know Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
So when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
So Dollar Shave Club. They made that, it looks like a commercial, right? It's an advertisement. It never played on TV. No one ever paid to place that anywhere. Nowhere. And yet, right, this video has 4 million views. 4 million views. How did that happen? Right? Well, it happened because these guys, by the way, who are a startup, like they've never done anything before. This is all they've ever done. They just started a little company where they mail you a razor blade every month. And they raised some money. They got covered in TechCrunch. They put up the video out in their press release. Again, not costing them anything. They spread it on social networks. They set up a Facebook page that earned a ton of shares. They shared it there. They spread it across other social networks like Twitter, where they had tons of followers. They had 3.5 million views for no money. Nothing. Right? This advertisement to put in front of all the people that they put it in front of, who, by the way, are young guys who shave, pretty much. Those are who's on the internet. Well, not all of us shave, but most of us, some of us. Right? And now they dominate the search results. If I search for shave and I'm logged in or shaving, every one of my friends has shared something from here. Right? They've all shared the video or the press or something around it. Because, right, I'm in a techie, geeky circle and 3.5 million people have done something with that video. And there are links like crazy. This is only a week old and they've got thousands of links from awesome places, all pointing right to their site. And they did kind of win the internet. In fact, they won the internet so hard that their site was down for the first 24 hours that it launched. And then after that, they had to push back all their deliveries 60 days because they couldn't fulfill the amount of orders that they had. They were set up to deliver, what I heard was they could support 100,000 customers on day one, and the volume was like 5x that. How do you get 500,000 customers for free the first day you launch? You make a hilarious video. Unfortunately, these guys are good at content, and they are great at social, but you know what they suck at? SEO. They suck at SEO. They don't even have the keywords anywhere on their site or their page. They don't host the video themselves. It doesn't use video XML rich snippets. I wanted to pull my hair out. I actually emailed the founder, and I was like, Mike, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. He hasn't replied. I'm sure he's very busy. But it hurts my heart. Doesn't it hurt your heart to think? You spend all that time and energy, you built something so awesome, and what did you do? Well, after the video, right after the video's success and after all the social dies down, what's left is search. What's left is thousands of people, thousands of men every day searching for shaving equipment and shaving supplies and razor blades, and you could have had it all, but you didn't put it 2 and 2 together. But I know none of you are going to make that mistake. So I wanted to talk through a few tactics that we can combine that are going to work today in a search and social world. These are some of my favorite ones. I only selected a few because I know we don't have a ton of time, and I also know we want to do some Q&A as well at the end. So, first off, I want to start with Google+, because Google+ is a very underutilized network, generally speaking. So, first off, the Google+ circles effect, right? What I want you to understand, what we all need to understand about Google+ is that it's particularly powerful not because of just who follows you. On Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, the only connections you've got are the people who directly follow you, right? Nobody else. But on Google+, it's a different story. If people who are following Android over here are these folks, and all of them, right, best of Android, all of them will influence the next level of their network. Meaning you get this extended circles sharing benefit. So if you're on Google Plus today and you're thinking, boy, you know, I only have 100 followers, I only have 200 followers, I'm only gaining, you know, 5 or 6 a day, it's not going that well. Think everyone who follows you, if they're earning followers, your network reach is increasing dramatically. There is a tool, by the way, that I strongly recommend for Google+. It's not particularly well known, but it's a great tool for discovery. What you can do with find people on plus.com is you can search for names, for occupations, for jobs, for demographics, and then you can see here, right? The profile type I'm looking for is a brand, it's a person, I'm looking for men, women, I want this particular age range, and then you can target them and identify them. This is, by the way, if you're looking for a similar tool from Twitter, there's a great one called Follower Walk out of Portland. And then you can see, you can sort by the number of followers that they've got, so you can find the influencers through this tool. When you have people who are influential on Google+, one of the great things that you can do is you can mention them by name. You can mention anybody by name, and they will see it. It'll show up in their mentions, right? Which gives them